I'm on the hunt for 100 different types of plants using this app. It wasn't easy.
That right there is poison ivy.
And it all started with this plant. It's looking like a good plant. It's like a sapling from Minecraft. All right, let's see if this works. Ooh, that's cool, red cedar. I'm just gonna take this app's word for it that this is what it is. It gives me all this information. I wanna try a different plant. All right, so this plant right here looks kind of fuzzy a little bit, which is a little scary. Let's take a picture of it and see what it says.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Such a cool plant.
Oh, this one is a prairie spiderwort. I don't like that name very much. I have 2 plants so far. I already feel like an expert. All right, let's see what this plant is. Oh, I got an achievement. I'm a bronze botanist. It's been my lifelong dream. Large flowered pink sorrel. It's going to my plants. I found this weird spiky plant known as the prickly sow thistle, and I now have 4 plants in the bag. I started searching for more plants and ended up finding this thing. And you know what it was? Nothing. I was thoroughly embarrassed. I had to redeem myself somehow. So I sat down and scanned something that could give me a dub, a leaf. Like this. It's not focusing. Southern live oak. Your plant is not healthy. Somebody call a doctor. But that still counts as plant number 5. I realized that I had to start picking up the pace, so I went up hills. I was scouting for plants. I went into forests. I even went under a tree. To rest though, I was tired. I even said hi to a disc golf basket. It's my favorite plant. And those efforts were worth it because I found more plants. Good afternoon. I found 17 plants so far. Very exhausting. I was not expecting it to be this exhausting because I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I think I touched something I was allergic to. But I couldn't let this discourage me. I was on a mission, so I just kept searching and searching and searching even harder until I found something awesome.
That right there is poison ivy.
I literally just found poison ivy. This is crazy. And I was just thinking, I was like, there's probably no poison ivy out here, but there is, it's right there. Now I'm scared of it. Now I feel like I should be a little bit more cautious when I'm out here because I don't want to touch that poison ivy. And right after I found that poison ivy, I actually found another interesting plant. This plant down here is called a sea grape, and it is pet toxic, so don't let your pets eat it. I was on a roll. I was just scanning away, finding plant after plant after plant, and nothing could stop me. I was on my way to becoming the best botanist alive. Hello.
Nice spot right here.
Yeah, getting very sunny out here. Well, that interaction went well. The point I came over here for was, does anyone know what this is? I don't know what this is. If you know what this is, let me know. Plants. Plants and log. Yeah, this plant hunting business is difficult stuff. Like, look at this log. And back to plants. So I found something interesting. This plant right here, this is called a Chinese privet, and it not only is pet toxic, but it is poisonous. So don't eat that. If you were thinking about it, don't do it. So I found 40 plants so far. I've been out here maybe like 2 hours. It's also getting hot, kind of tired. Plant hunting is no joke. I kept finding the same plants and it was getting very difficult to find new plants. I was quickly losing morale. I lost so much morale that I entered an existential crisis. I am very tired, but I will say that I am kind of proud of myself. I was a little bit nervous coming out here because I think I've gotten into such a perfectionist mindset that I was afraid to come out here and just record and just have fun. I just forced myself to do it regardless of how it turned out. Feels like a step in the right direction. I found 50 plants. Finding a lot of yaupons, whatever that is. I've been out here almost 3 hours and I've only found 50 plants. So I'm gonna take a little break, get some food and some water so I don't starve out here. If you were wondering, I'm currently sitting at this old building. We're gonna find more plants today. I have to find 50 more plants and I plan on doing that today. Or else. I found this stump with plants around it that were just begging to be discovered. Hopefully I can find a good amount. There's that big log right there. I feel like maybe it has some mold or something going on that I might be able to discover. I was beginning to feel like a true botanist. And so the search began. Let's scan this. Let's see what this is. Oh wow, it's gotten bright up there. But this plant was called a forget-me-not. What a fun name for a plant. Let's see what else there is. I found a Leavenworth vetch. This log is just surrounded by weird named plants. It's like a magic log. This is where wizards come to train. Here's a leaf, a nice looking leaf. Let's see if the app knows what this leaf is. Let's see, all right. It's a southern live oak. We had that at the other place. Wow, they must be common around here or something. Oh, this is a new looking leaf. I haven't seen this before. Look at this leaf I found. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can kind of see it. A swamp chestnut oak. That is so cool. What a cool name. Sounds like something that would be in Shrek's Swamp swamp. Shrek chestnut oak. Going to my plants. So I'm curious about all of these plants. There's a lot going on right here. There's also a hole over there, which I feel like a snake might live in. If I get bit, at least I died doing what I love. Cleavers, that's what I'm talking about. What about these guys right here? Valerina woodsiana. That's cool, but what is with these names? Who came up with these? They obviously have been reading too much Lord of the Rings. So this tree looks like it has a lot of plants. It has these, it has, I don't know what this is, but it has that. It has a bunch of leaves, obviously because it's a tree. I feel like there's a bunch of new plants right here we can discover. What is this leaf right here? A crepe myrtle. I don't think we have one of those, so I'm adding it to my plants. Then I'm just gonna take a picture of the grass down here in hopes of finding something new. You know, it's worth a try, I think. Marsh parsley. I'm literally so good at this. I kept searching for more plants and I found a black medic, a clasping Venus looking glass, and a rough-fruited buttercup. Who decided that was a name? A rough-fruited buttercup? Really? I also found a ball of moss. There's a lot of plants over here. There's some nice looking ones. There's this white one right here. It looks kind of nice. That's it though. That's the only nice looking one. And it is a Philadelphia fleabane. Or is it an oak leaf fleabane? You know, now that I'm practically an expert at plant hunting, in my expert opinion, I think it is an oak leaf fleabane. The plant hunting continues. I find more plants. So for this plant right here, I think they came up with like the worst possible name they could have ever come up with for a plant. It's kind of sad, really. Here it is. Here's the plant. I don't know who the plant naming person is, but just keep it up. I ended up looking in a ditch for even more plants, and it was great. That ditch had like 6 different types of plants. I would rate it probably 10 out of 10. I would go there again. Probably not actually, because I already got all the plants from there, so I have no reason to. And with that, I finished my plant hunting for the day. I'm currently at 77 plants. I wanted to discover them at this park, but literally everybody and their grandma's at this park right now. We're close, 23 more to go, almost there, and then I win. I beat life. I'm the best. And now it was time for a car wash celebration. It's day 3. Currently at 81 plants, so I'm getting very, very close. This has been a lot more difficult than I thought, but I need to start scanning. Running very low on time. Sun's going down, and this is the last day I can do this. We just need to start scanning some plants, like these ones. I'm gonna start scanning. I have to speed run this. Doing pretty great so far, I think. All I know is the sun's going down and I'm losing a lot of daylight. Kind of rude, TBH. And this is plant 95. Making good time here. Mulberry weed, my favorite kind of mulberry. There's only 5 more plants to go and this has been so exhausting of a video. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I'm gonna finish it. I began to scan more plants as I tried to reach my goal. And then I did it. So there it is, I've done it. That is 100 plants. 100 plants, that's insane. Took me forever. Took me 3 days, 3 different days. Probably a grand total of like 5 hours just to scan 100 plants. That's crazy. But I learned a lot along the way. I learned that I probably don't ever wanna do that again. I might have had to travel miles just to find these plants. It might have sucked at times. I definitely was discouraged along the way. But I was proud that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I felt nervous that I would spend so much time on this video and it would turn out terrible, but eventually I became okay with that. I figured out that the only way I could grow was to face my fear. And that didn't mean I wasn't discouraged or struggling along the way. That just means I pushed forward in spite of that.